Good morning, my dear 11th class mathematics students. Today we will discuss the angle between the two lines. For this, the diagram is as shown here. We have two lines, say L1 of slope M1, inclined at an angle alpha with x-axis. This is our x-axis. And another line L2 with slope M2, inclined at an angle beta with the x-axis. Let theta be the angle between the two lines. If this is the theta angle, then the opposite angle will also be theta, because these are vertically opposite angles. Moreover, this angle is theta, then this angle between L1 and L2 can be here theta, this pi minus theta, because sum of the angles on a straight line is 180 degrees or pi. So one angle is theta, so another angle is pi minus theta. So let L1 and L2 be any two lines having their slopes as M1 and M2. Therefore, we can say that if alpha is the angle here, so we can say that M1 is equal to tangent of alpha and M2 is equal to tangent of beta. Now you can see that alpha is the exterior angle of this triangle. Therefore, alpha will be equal to sum of the interior opposite angles. So, theta plus beta. This will imply that our theta is equal to alpha minus beta. As such, we can say that if we apply tan on both sides, so tan of theta will be tangent of alpha minus tangent of alpha minus beta. So this can be expanded as tangent of alpha minus tangent of beta divided by 1 plus tan alpha into tan of beta. So you can say that tan alpha is, you see that's M1 minus M2 divided by 1 plus M1 and M2 product. Therefore, we can say that our theta is equal to tan inverse of M1 minus M2 whole divided by 1 plus M1 M2, like this. Now this is the angle between the two lines. Different cases arise. That is, here we can see that if the two lines are perpendicular, suppose when L1 is perpendicular to L2, then the angle between them is 90 degrees. You can say that, therefore, you can say that if this is parallel, if they are parallel, the angle between them will be 0. And if its case it is perpendicular, then it will be this will be, and that case tangent of 90 degrees will be equal to tan inverse of, you can say that it is this tan inverse of your tangent of this you can write it as M1 minus M2 divided by 1 plus M1 M2. Now that will give us tan 90 is infinity. So you can say that M1 minus M2 divided by 1 plus M1 M2 is equal to this. So you can write as, inverting the two, M1 and 1 plus M1 M2 divided by M1 minus M2 will be equal to 1 by infinity, that will be 0. 1 by infinity equal to 0. So cross multiply it, you will have here M1 plus M1 into M2 equal plus 1 equal to 0, which implies that M1 is into M2 is equal to minus 1. One of the important results, that when the two lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of their slopes is minus 1. Now when L1 is parallel to L2, obviously then theta is equal to 0 degrees. So in that case, you will have tangent of 0 degree equal to m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. So you see that tan 30 is tangent of 0 is 0 degrees. That means that m1 minus m2 will be equal to 0, which implies that therefore the important result in this case will be m1 is equal to m2. So we have deduced two important results. So that the condition of perpendicularity of the two lines L1 and L2 is that the product of their slopes is minus 1. One important conclusion. Second important conclusion is that when the two lines are parallel, then the slopes are equal. Now, let us take some important deductions. We have some important deductions from these. That is, consider you have some important results, some important results. Consider ax plus by equal to d, suppose, which implies that our this by will be equal to d minus ax, which further gives us that y is equal to, you can write it as minus a into x divided by b plus minus d by b. So these are both minus. So this implies that y can be written as y is equal to minus a by b into x plus minus d by b, which is identical to y equal to mx. So you compare the two. This implies that m, the slope of a line, is equal to minus a by b. This is an important result. Therefore, slope of a line is equal to minus times coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. Very important result. So we can say that if two lines are now result जो हमने अभी किया ऊपर, so when say a1 x plus b1 y, suppose this is one line, suppose these are the plus c1 say equal to 0 equals plus c1 equal to 0, and we have a2 x plus b2 y plus c2 equal to 0. This is equation of one line, equation of L1, suppose. This is equation of L2. Now, but the slope of, therefore, you can say that if L1 is perpendicular to L2, if this line is perpendicular to second line, now then we know that m1 into m2 must be equal to minus 1. This is the condition of perpendicularity that we have deduced earlier. So what is the slope of the first line? That is minus times coefficient of x. So a1 by b1, coefficient of y, into coefficient of, now second line का जो slope है, that is minus times a2 by b2, and this will be equal to minus 1, which implies that a1 into a2 is equal to, अब देखिए माइनस माइनस प्लस होगा, सो a1 into a2 divided by b1 into b2 equal to minus times b1 b2, which implies that a1 a2 plus b1 b2, that is equal to 0. This is the condition when the two lines, that is line L1 whose equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1, and line L2 whose equation is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. If the two lines are perpendicular, then this is the condition where a1 a2 plus b1 b2 is equal to 0. Now next, the L1 is parallel to L2. So वहाँ क्या condition हमारी है? That is m1 must be equal to m2. Now in this case, this implies that slope of line L1 will be minus times a1 by b1 will be equal to minus times a2 by b2. So that will give us minus minus cancels. So this gives us a1 b2 is equal to b1 a2, which further implies, this is second condition. This is the second condition for the lines to be perpendicular. Now having learned the important formulae, we will solve some questions so that these articles, the validity of the articles becomes clear to you. So for example, question number is, it is exercise number 10.1. See, यहाँ एक सवाल है, for example question number 1, elementary question pertains to 10th class. Quadrilateral is given with different vertices. You have to find the area of the quadrilateral. इसको आप डिवाइड करेंगे दो हिस्सों में, तो एरिया ऑफ वन ट्रायंगल प्लस एरिया ऑफ द अदर ट्रायंगल गिव्स द एरिया ऑफ द quadrilateral. So it's a homework as a homework to you. Now we come to question number 2. For example, questioner says here that the base of an equilateral triangle with side 2a lies along the y-axis. So y-axis पर हमारी एक ट्रायंगल है, उसकी बेस उसी पर है, तो चलिए हम मिड पॉइंट लेते हैं उसका। तो ये क्वेश्चन हमें कहता है दैट द बेस ऑफ द इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल विद साइड 2a। तो क्यों ना हम एक काम करेंगे, ये अगर ओ वाई मानेंगे, ये ओ वाई डैश मानेंगे, तो अगर ये लेंथ होगी a, यहाँ से यहाँ तक a, तो ये होगी माइनस a, क्योंकि ओ वाई डैश डायरेक्शन की तरफ है, तो टोटल लेंथ होगी 2a ना। ये कहता है क्वेश्चन आपको that the base of the equilateral triangle with side 2a lies along y-axis, clear, such that the midpoint of the base is at the origin. So midpoint of the base of the triangle is at the origin. Find the vertices of the triangle. Obviously we have this form of triangle here. As per the given condition, we have this form of the triangle. So you join this part. Suppose we have this is O, this is our O, this is O. Suppose this is C, let us its coordinate, let's suppose that its coordinates be xy, cxy, and obviously you see that it lies on y-axis, so 0 and a is this coordinate. Suppose it is b, and if you take this as a, this will be 0 minus a. So we have seen that the coordinates are this. Questioner says find the vertices of the triangle. Actually c coordinate is known, obviously y coordinate will be 0, but x coordinate is not known, we will find it. This is given to be, हम कहेंगे that and since ABC is an equilateral triangle, therefore हम कह सकते हैं यहाँ पर, क्योंकि ये साइड जो है यहाँ पर ये हम निकालेंगे, ये साइड A है और एक साइड्स ऑफ एन इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल और since ABC, therefore each side of triangle is a square into root 3, a square root 3, 8 और एक साइड होता है इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल का। नाउ इन दिस केस अगर हम कहेंगे दैट बाय पाइथागोरस थ्योरम बाय PT we have say BC square equal to OB square plus OC square. That means OC square will be equal to OB square minus BC square minus OB square, which will further imply that this will be equal to, this side will be equal to BC square will be equal to 4A square, actually 4A square minus OB square is A square. That will give it us that it is A square, 3A square, which implies that OC is equal to plus minus A root 3, plus minus A root 3. Now therefore we can say that hence coordinates of A comma B comma C are, अब A comma आसान है, A का कहना 0 and minus A, B हो गया यहाँ पर 0 and A, और वो जो है इट लाइज ऑन एक्स एक्सिस, तो y कोऑर्डिनेट 0 होगा इसका, थर्ड कोऑर्डिनेट यहाँ प्लस, हम कह सकते हैं प्लस माइनस A root 3 comma 0. So these are the coordinates of the triangle. By one forward, I have tried to solve the questions which are a bit complicated for you. For example, question says here, question number 4, question number 2 जो है, ये 3 जो है, it is a simple question. Find the distance between, find the distance when pxy and qxy is parallel to y axis is parallel to x axis. डायग्राम तो मैं यहाँ बनाऊंगा, सवाल खुद करोगे आप. सपोज दैट दिस इज आवर कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम. इस तरह से क्वेश्चनर ने आपको कहा है एक केस में दैट द लाइन इज पैरेलल टू वाई एक्सिस, तो इस तरह से हम वाई एक्सिस पर ये लाइन सेगमेंट मानेंगे. से इट इज पी एंड क्यू विथ कोऑर्डिनेट्स एज x1 y1, दिस एज कोऑर्डिनेट्स एज x2 y2. तो आपको इस सवाल जो कहता है वो ये कहता है दैट, अब देखिए यहाँ पर एक ख़ास बात ये है, ये डिस्टेंस जो है, ये डिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट है बिल्कुल वाई, एंड इसका वाई कोऑर्डिनेट जो है वो चेंज होता जाता है. तो आप कह सकते हैं इस तरह से फर्स्ट केस में व्हेन पी क्यू इज पैरेलल टू वाई एक्सिस। तो उस केस में क्या है, उस केस में क्वेश्चन में आपको कहा है टू केसेस, वन पी क्यू इज पैरेलल टू वाई एक्सिस, सो दिस इज आवर ओ एक्स ओ वाई। So when it is parallel to y-axis, you can say that x1 must be equal to, this implies that x1 must be equal to x2. So x1 means that this distance formula इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं हम, इसका कोऑर्डिनेट जो होगा यहाँ पर ये, क्योंकि x कोऑर्डिनेट इसका बराबर सपोज की कांस्टेंट, सो हम कह सकते हैं therefore p q distance will be equal to under root of difference of ordinates, that means 0 minus 0 whole square plus y minus y1 minus y2 whole square, so that is equal to, आप देखिए स्क्वायर रूट कैंसिल हो जाएगा यहाँ पर, so पी क्यू इज इक्वल टू पी क्यू विल बी इक्वल टू दैट इज इक्वल टू y1 minus y2, आराम से कुछ भी कर सकते हैं y1 minus y2 इस तरह से। when the coordinates are, since in this case coordinates are equal, y coordinates are equal, since y coordinates of p and q are equal, which implies that y1 minus y2 is equal to 0, that gives us y1 is equal to y2. so ordinate, इसको कहते हैं y coordinate का ordinate of this point p is same as that of q. So this was first question. So next question in next part is that it's parallel to x-axis, that is a homework. Second part as homework. Since the time is very short, in this short interval of time, this much is sufficient. Next time we will proceed ahead in these questions and solving these questions.